You're wasting your time doing too many exercises. Most people think more variety equals more gains, but that's wrong. I got jacked while playing video games daily, and here's how I did it. Alright, for beginners, you only need 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group, and I'll explain why. First things first, the most important thing when it comes to making muscle and getting jacked is consistency, intensity, and volume. If you have all of these three, you will get fantastic results. Now, you may ask yourself, why do I, as a beginner, only need 1 to 2 exercises per muscle group? Well, let's break down every single muscle that we can and let's see what we actually need for it. Let's start off with something big and juicy like the back. Alright? When it comes to training the back, you only have mainly two movements, alright? You have a horizontal pull, alright, and a vertical pull. It's just that simple, okay? Excuse me, it's the other way around. Vertical and horizontal. That's basically it, right? So you only need a lat pull down for a machine and a row movement. That's it, all right? That's for the back. You only need a lat pull down and a row. That's it. That's your back done. Now you can also include the traps if you really want to, but they will get trained nonetheless. All right, now moving on to the next big muscle group, the big chest. All right, if we think from an anatomical perspective, you basically have two heads. All right. Now you may think, oh yeah, bro, I know this answer. It's the sternoclavicular head and the other part of the chest, but that's wrong. All right. You have a small little part of your chest inside which you cannot see, and then there's the big chest. You have two. All right. One of them, the small one, gets trained no matter what you do. No matter, okay? If you do a pressing movement or you do a fly movement, that gets trained. Now, when we're talking about the big part of the chest, the chest that you can actually see, which is this one, all right? You only basically need one movement, all right? You need a fly movement. That's it. Because that's the role of the chest. To pull the arm forward in front of the body. That's all you need. But what I usually like to do is I also incorporate the pressing movement. All right. So I just feel good enough, right? It's something that I really enjoy doing. Okay. So you only need the fly movement, but you can also incorporate a pressing movement. Now moving on to the legs. All right. Really juicy, really simple. For the hamstrings, all right. Let's talk about the hamstring quickly. The hamstrings, you basically need only one of them, which is a leg curl. And not any leg curl, but a lying leg curl. That's it. That's all you need. You can argue that a hip hinge is mandatory because you're only hitting 3 of the 4 heads of the hamstring. But if you lift up your hips a little bit when you're doing lying leg curls, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna train all your heads and you're gonna be absolutely fantastic. Now, moving on to the quads. The quads basically just extend your knee forward. That's basically all they do. That's all they do, basically. So, in order to train that, you just do leg extensions. That's it. That's all. I know, it's crazy. You may think, oh yeah, bro, I need a squat, I need a hip hinge, I need this, I need a leg press. No. Studies have shown that you only need a leg extension because that targets all 4 of the heads of the quad. It's just that simple. Now the final juicy part of legs is the glutes. The glutes, just do hip thrust, bro. That's it. If you really want to grow your glutes, you only need hip thrust. That's it. You only need the hip thrust and you hit your glutes amazingly. Okay, trust me. That will be with a barbell or with a machine. Doesn't matter. All right. Now we get to the amazing part: the arms. Moving on to the shoulder. The shoulder is a three-part muscle, the deltoid. Okay, we have the lateral head, we have anterior, the front part of the deltoid, and the posterior. That's it. 3 heads. All right. We need 3 different exercises for this. For the lateral head, just do a lateral raise. Just that simple. You can also do an upright row, but I dislike it because you have a high chance of injury. For the front head of the deltoid, just do a pressing movement. Usually, you get enough volume through your pressing movement. But if you really want big 3D shoulders, like Death Stars from like Star Wars, you need to incorporate a pressing movement. Shoulder press, and that's it. For the posterior, excuse me, you have two exercises that you can do. You have a face pull, all right? You go like this and you pull it to the face, the rope. It's very simple. It's a face pull. It's really good. And you also have a reverse pec deck. That's it. 2 exercises maximum, pick one, and that's it. You need 1 for each head of the deltoid. It's just that simple. You don't need more, trust me. Now, moving on to the bicep. The big boys! The bicep has 2 heads, the long head and the short head, alright? You can argue that, yeah, you need two movements. You need in front of the body and besides your body, the elbow. That's basically all that determines, okay? Where your elbow is put. That determines what head of the bicep gets trained. It's just that simple. In front, beside your body, and behind your body. You have 3 movements. Pick 2 maximum. Trust me, you don't need more. All right? It's a small muscle, doesn't matter. All right? It's just a small muscle. You'll grow it with enough volume, intensity, and consistency. All 3 combined, you'll grow it. Trust me, you don't need all these fancy, weird looking ass exercises for your bicep. It's an easy muscle. Trust me. Now for the tricep. The last big muscle of the arm. All right? The tricep has 3 heads. All right? But you don't really need to train all of them. Because all of them get indirect work from every other pushing exercise. So, if you do any pushing variation of a bench press, incline press, or shoulder press, you have tricep volume. First things first, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Trust me, okay? You need an isolation exercise. And usually, the best thing, just do a tricep push down. If you have problems with your elbows and you have some kind of pain, do a rope push down. If you don't have any pain, do a bar one. The bar, you can use more weight, but you can feel pain in your elbows. If you go too heavy and you don't control the weight, because the pain from the tricep push down comes from the elbow joint, all right? So if you have elbow joint pain, just do rope push down. Trust me, that's all you need, all right? Thank you so much for watching the video. Click the first link in the description if you need personalized help from me. I will help you get jacked while you still play video games daily, all right? Click the first link in the description. It's the school community for jacked gamers. If you're not jacked, you will get jacked if you join. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.